Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Mel,
Hi,
how you doing?
Tony.
How
I'm
you doing?
good.
You sure you good?
Yeah, I better launch the day by saying Happy Father's Day.
You better do your Happy Father's Day then. Go ahead. You do.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Sing it, sing it, sing it.
That's it.
Go choir. Happy Father's Day to you.
To me.
Oh, okay.
To me, as you
Because you're
say
trying
it.
to say now you was a father and a mother.
No, you was continuing, so I was telling you, don't say
Because I should
you.
straighten you up.
All right.
Y'all always be man. Yeah, I know that's me. But I have to say some stuff before we get into the show. You don't mind?
Not at all.
All right, we can get back to the Father's Day.
Uh-huh.
And we still talking sex and more sex. We still gonna
No more.
and all them crazy people who followed us last week and talk all that. But
All those lovely persons
well,
that followed us
okay, all those lovely persons.
and kept the conversation vibrant.
Well, folks, you did a good job. But I know you're all ready for me today. I know you are going to research and come back.
And then they may be busy trying to shop for Father's Day.
That's true.
So.
That'd be a good thing because we need to be. What I want to do is before we get into that Father's thing, I want to send a shout out and congratulations to my sister on her 50th wedding anniversary. You could imagine
50 years.
You could imagine married to one man for 50 years.
One woman, 50 years.
Well,
yes.
So okay, that's a lot. That's most majority of people lifetime.
That is what you call for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health.
You know,
They're still alive, so they're still together. Because the till death do us part don't kick in yet.
Folks, 50 years of being with one person.
I think that's beautiful.
You think so?
Oh,
I think 10 years is enough. After 10 years, I get rid of you.
Okay. 10 years of living with yourself is too much? Is 10 years of living with yourself too much?
Sometimes I get scared of myself. Yeah.
Well, then that's what the problem is you. See, because you got to get comfortable with yourself. Once you're comfortable with yourself, you could be with anyone else.
50 years.
50 years, 100 years, 150 years. Guess what? You have eternity to be with God.
But most people don't live that long.
I say you have eternity to be with God.
I don't live with God. Spend my time.
So you get tired with it. Even now, you ain't living with him now?
But I ain't got no choice.
You wouldn't have no choice after you die, perhaps.
But I thought when you go to heaven ain't no eat no more.
I don't go into the discussion with heaven on earth, because hell on earth for sure.
You're getting eternal hell away. Well, let's heat today is eternal. But like I say, 50 years, that's remarkable. I just think that they should get all the accolades. Their daughters should be sons and get them all the accolades because that's a sample in itself.
That's beautiful.
I wonder if I ask him how he lasts so long. You know what he probably say? Something like he say, "Boy, Tony," he say something like that. He say, "Living with that woman," and then you say, "Well, when she was me, I say, yeah, you see, this is famous line. Yeah, you Rami, but that's what you see. You see it that way. I finish with that. That's what he say. That's exactly what it's. And I think that's what worked.
Man take one and satisfy.
Woman take two. She got to make a move. And I think that's exactly what he will be saying. You know. He said that
it really takes the effort of both, but it takes more effort on the part of the man on the basis that we women are so emotional. We roller coaster with our moods. But when you tapped in to your partner, you know when their mood coming before they reach, and sometimes you could put an end to it before it go anywhere.
I guess that's why I tell you what he say. He say, "Yo, that's the way you see it." Okay then, and I like that because that's the way you see it. We end that now, and so I want to salute them for the 50 years. Can we move on?
Hi, Dexter. Dexter say, whether you go to heaven or hell, God is still there. And the woman might be saying that about you, Tony.
Well, Dexter, well, if she married me, she can live in hell. So, Dexter, like I say, I believe that we live in a time of hell now because of how hot it is. And anyhow,
Well, based on the, I can call it the mystical
yeah,
description
yeah,
of
yeah,
hell.
yeah.
Yeah, but you know,
But they talk about pearly gates. I seen plenty gates around here, pearly, and I seen plenty prosperity
I
here.
think they have a Pearly Gate subdivision somewhere
Yeah,
around here
nigga.
too.
So we seen it all, and
Hmm.
so let me just say this and then close with my sister. So I just want to send congratulations to them. Job well done. And
Hmm.
I always say to them, and I always say to people, my sister is a living example of how marriage could last. See, you got to set the example for the young people to see.
Hmm.
See, they could see this. But I come from a family of marital tightness. Let's say,
Hmm. Hmm.
um, some people say they come from a family married, but most of my sisters been married like 30 something years,
Hmm.
40 something years.
That's excellent.
Yeah, they all.
Good
Um,
women.
yeah, they stick with their man, even if the man throw them in the bush, they get them back and they go it back. They
Mm.
ain't going nowhere. They stick with their man. They believe the sanctity of marriage. You see, anyway,
And you know the saying, nobody said it was going to be easy, and marital bliss comes as a result of the little turbulence that you encounter from time to time. Because when you are able to learn more and adapt and
hey Dexter,
continue forward, then that's the best life you want to have.
but there's a lot of
Because
people,
there's no growth unless there is some challenge in your pathway.
but a lot of people didn't make it.
Well, that's because one or both parties decided to throw in the towel. They didn't want to persist.
Yeah, that towel was white and they were black. That towel is white, they were black. They're
Yeah.
black and white, yeah.
But usually, if there is understanding and a willingness
Mm.
to understand, because that's the key. You have to be willing to understand, be willing to sit, listen,
Mm.
reason. All those things is
And,
what make
and
for this 50 plus, even 20
and going
years.
back to this 50 plus
Mm-hmm.
years of marriage brings us to our next topic,
Mm.
fatherhood,
And
Father's
Father's
Day.
Day is tomorrow.
Yeah,
And for
and
those who celebrate today
and for those
from a
who,
church perspective,
yeah, and those who think that tomorrow is how you celebrate fathers, is fooling yourself.
yeah, how do you celebrate
Fathers
fathers?
has been celebrated every day,
Okay.
every way, every. Fathers has always getting the bad and the stick. Y'all can cook crab, peas, crab, and rice all tomorrow just to say, and then all y'all gonna run in the church just to say, well, oh, see, this is my father, I love him. Well, where you been? All them other Sundays.
I heard something in social media where pastors say he have enough crap to feed 1,000 or 3,000 fathers tomorrow. So come and visit his church. I
Yeah,
can't remember where I saw
yeah,
it,
but
but
what?
anyhow.
But why we only appreciating fathers on this Sunday? Oh,
I think fathers get appreciated at Christmas and on birthdays.
listen, let me say this:
Mm-hmm.
fathers, fathers get bad in a stick.
Mm-hmm.
There's some good fathers.
They are.
Bahamian men, Bahamian men, they love to take care of their children, especially the girls. They love their girls,
Mm.
and so we get our bad break. But you remember this: we still, even if me and the woman don't make it,
Mm-hmm.
I can try to take care of my children.
And
Nah, I ain't
that
talking
is
about, but
important.
I ain't talking about all the
Not
fathers now.
only take care of them, but maintain a
They good,
positive,
yeah,
healthy relationship
yeah.
with them.
And most times, I think where the wife breaks up and she get another spouse,
Mm-hmm.
it's complicated. It complicates the relationship with the father mother thing
Explain how, why.
because now this man get up on all these feelings. Yeah, well, you come around the house because he feel you come into the house to take his wife or a woman away. So it's a get complicated. So fathers have to like back off. Hey, don't kill them. They live here. Don't kill them. They live here. Don't kill
Yeah.
them mosquitoes. They live here. Yeah,
Unfortunately, my blood is not their food
yeah.
factory.
So And that's what I believe fathers get a bad instinct. But recently, fathers did a good job. Some of them do a good job, and some of them is not trained.
Well,
And that's
that's
another
true.
issue. But anyhow, this is the day that the Lord has made, and let us rejoice and glad in it. And we under the tree, folks.
Yes, and being eaten alive by the mosquitoes.
Folks, she being eaten. I can be eaten like a mosquito, but I man, I just can grin and bear it. You ever hear that story? Just grin and bear it. And so
Yeah.
the we back under our tree. Oh Lord, all these birds coming along. We back under our tree where
Outdoors in nature,
we're in nature where we
where
like
the
to be.
mosquitoes are, the birds are, the
And,
thunder's rolling, the
and
clouds are building up, but it's beautiful and it's cool.
and it's beautiful. And we in the best place in the world.
Under the mango tree today.
Under the mango tree. And where? Little Gambia. And where? In the beautifulest farmland in the Bahamas. Folks, if you don't know anything about where we are today, you need to learn and read up on the history. It's a little village. It's a little village way out west, and it's unique. Even the people unique. People walk with their hair down here. So everything- everything's unique.
Anyhow,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have viewers in the audience who are going to fix you well on that head down
So
business.
yeah, they walk their head down. They, like uptown now, so people walk their head up. Down here, they walk their head down, and they walk very slow. And I used to worry about it because I see it happen so many times, and I never figured out. I never figured out. They're always looking for somewhere to farm because they all are farmers. I didn't even know that they check in the ground as they go. That's a history. Check it. Anyway, Mel, and our
Yeah, as we were talking about all the trees that are bearing right now, we're under the mango tree. Mangoes are actually beginning to ripen. In the front of us is the avocado tree. And we were just talking about how so many blossoms was on the tree, but now only few avocados are there. And then right behind it, ooh, the breadfruit tree is just loaded, fully loaded. So yeah, we're in nature, being eaten by the pests.
yeah, and that's a beautiful thing. People around the world don't even have this opportunity where they could sit outside, where they could enjoy this ambiance and the beautiful. We are blessed in the Bahamas, and we don't even appreciate it. We take it for granted. Folks, get outdoors, enjoy it. Melanie, sex, sex,
Yeah,
sex. We continue our sex,
continuing.
sex, sex.
Yes.
Juicing and pimping and they got a new thing on
Yeah, what's it
yeah,
called?
pimping.
Who does the pimping?
A man and woman got a little thing and pimp on the side. Yeah, they got a new word, a little pimping. They call it little pimp,
Hmm.
pie square pimp. And so when you hear these young children come with these new things, you know. So
Mm.
I said, what they doing? They pimping on the side. I said, what that means? You got your little, you're married and you got your little sweetie, and boy, these mosquitoes bad. But and you got your little sweetie, and your little sweetie,
And we actually shifted location thinking that we would be free,
fine,
right?
but
By
no,
not being in that
but
fully enclosed.
but folks, don't worry about those mosquitoes. They live here. Ain't much we can do. But like we talking about sex, sex, sex. All last week, all last week they blow up. Everybody beat me up. Say I can't talk about women. I can't talk for women, and I can't listen. But they don't understand that it's the same. Folks, that's the natural nature. Birds and the dove all having a good time. And the
Yeah.
parrot and all
I think
everything have
the
up there having a good
thrasher
time.
is
Yeah.
protecting its
Nest.
nest
So something going on.
from
And so
the other birds.
they
Yeah.
they beat me up and tell me I mustn't fool with that conversation.
Oh, so we shouldn't have part two then. We should go on to something else.
Sophie Chase,
Sophie?
tell me I can't talk about women because I don't know women, but I got something to
Well,
tell her.
I have to thank her because she sent us a link to
Mm.
actually look at some additional information and perhaps we can revisit it based on what we um, learn from that particular. Basically, it's called What They Have Not Told You
Mhm.
as it regards to women. So there is some, I guess, scientific backing that
Uh,
reveals more than we have addressed in our
okay.
discussion.
Yeah, but man, right?
Hmm.
You see, when you talk about sex to a woman,
Hmm.
it's like taboo. They women don't want to talk about sex.
I wouldn't. Well, you're talking about
See.
Bahamian women because now women around the world, different people in
Yeah, we
different
talking.
culture,
We talking a majority of women.
Bahamian women.
Yeah, they don't want to talk sex because they won't feel sex. See, they won't get sex over it quickly. Because let me tell you about him.
So you almost suggesting that Bahamian women don't like sex, and
Majority of
that's
them,
not true.
yeah, majority of them, majority of them, if they don't get what they want when they want it, they ain't give you no sex. They'll tell you that openly. They
Well,
tell
well,
you
well,
that.
well, well, well. That, as I have suggested several times, is
Thunder rolling.
because men do not feed the emotional side of women,
Mhm,
and because sex is such a big issue for them,
mhm.
women use it as their bargaining chip.
I had a friend. I can share a joke with you. I
Mhm.
can share a joke
Mhm.
with my friend, my people out there.
Mhm.
I had a friend. Well, we used to talk, and I used to crack joke all the time. So I used to say, "Boy," he say, "I said, well, how you get out? You
Mhm.
be out. That's how you get out." He said, "Man, I had to say, I had to get out because wanted, I wanted some sex. So I had to tell my wife that I cleaned the car, and then I pay for nails." And so we three sitting down. So a buddy of mine said, "Yeah, that's what I tell my wife. I pay for nails and I sweet her up because I could get some." So the next buddy say, "Boy, if you only know, I had to wash all the dishes and clean up the house and this and that." And I say, "Y'all don't know. That don't work for me." I say, "I ain't got to go through all that just to get that." I say, "When I won't get out of the house and I won't do nothing, you know what I say? Two words. I know they don't like sex. Lie in the bed. I say, okay, what are we doing? Sex or basketball?" Yeah, that's what you can say. Well, you better go to basketball.
That's a very creative joke,
No, but it's
but it's
true.
interesting.
It's true because they don't want sex so much. They Well, you better go to basketball. See, men could tell this story. See, women can't tell a story because women don't really understand how is important sex is to men.
You want me to tell you something
Mhm,
based on what you just said?
mhm.
Men treat sex like the light switch. You turn it on when you're ready to use it, and you turn it off when you finish. That's how you all approach
No,
sex.
I don't think so. Okay, let me ask the question: why is sex important in a relationship? See, no, it ain't no man and woman. It's important in a relationship. Sex is important in a relationship to bring um um
Procreation,
yeah in
intimacy,
intimacy,
or
procreation,
recreation,
increasing partnership awareness between each other,
mhm,
and sex brings
satisfaction.
satisfaction together. See, regular regularly what women don't understand. Women think the man just want to go there and he want to have fun.
Mhm.
He not thinking the man wants her.
I don't even know if he want to have fun as opposed to continue.
Yeah. What do you mean? Hold on now. Hold on now. What do you mean, man?
I don't know that he want
You,
to have fun. I think
it's
he
a
just want to have a come.
no. It's a pleasure to get his woman happy and have an orgasm and it's a pleasure to him because he now feels he had done his job and he had conquered that emotion stability in her
So
that he
why
Mhm.
then does he fail so miserably at making her ready for this pleasure then? Y'all fail miserably
we
because
because
y'all
it's the
don't tap
mindset.
into Tap
it's
into the mindset of the woman,
it's a mindset of the
of the
woman.
man versus the mindset of the
Yeah,
woman.
yeah.
So
See,
why can't you have a synchronized mindset? Remember Miss Winder from last week, right?
mhm.
She talked about the foreplay, and that's not the touching, but the conversation and the building up of the momentum from the beginning of the day.
Mhm.
That even when the woman is at work, she is thinking about what is going to happen at home later this evening.
Well, you see, what's going to happen later this evening is when she settled down, right? And she get in her thinking mode. I don't
But
want
you have to put something in her head
all
from
of
that morning
I
to keep her
I
thinking.
don't want her thinking.
What you want her doing?
I want her I want her just flowing with me.
Yeah.
I
So you gotta flow.
no,
You gotta get her
she
flowing.
thinking too much. I ain't want to thinking. I want bring your Venice to us
But
together.
women are emotional beings. Sex
Woman,
is the expression of emotion.
see, because by me having you in emotion and
Mm-hmm.
having you and building your emotion,
Mm-hmm.
me doing it,
Mm-hmm.
it is beneficial. See, sex is not just uh
Mechanics.
mechanics,
Yeah, it's not
because
mechanics.
sex is
It's
beneficial to you and me,
yes.
because sex is a
But
physical um we have this physical thing
interaction,
interaction,
yeah,
but
exchange.
but we also helps with blood pressure, a heart attack, all these things is
Yeah,
beneficial,
it is benefit for
right?
your
And
holistic health. I
all right,
agree with that.
and our stress, it relieves our stress, and it does so many things to clear the mind,
Mm-hmm.
so you think in an open, more open,
Mm-hmm. And
right?
it gives you it releases those happy
Right, it boosts
hormones,
the happiness in
right? And then it could get you pregnant.
and help, yeah, that's true, and help the couple to
Bond,
bond
yes,
together.
yes,
And
yes.
so all of these things is things that we miss it, and but the woman just feel that all we want to do is just jump on and jump
Because
off.
that is the approach that you all take.
That's the approach that you believe, because the approach that we take, we but listen, wait, hold on, let me, now you want me really to talk about this sex thing.
Yes,
You trying to pick
yes.
everything out of me now. So let's go back. For a man,
Mm-hmm.
and if a woman is smart, a man, most men on average, how long you think they last?
I don't know.
Five
I don't
minutes
have that much
to them to get
experience
excited and be happy.
in variety.
Yeah, majority
Men, you
to
see, the
climb after 5 minutes, right?
difference. Men are aroused differently from women. Men are visual, women are emotional and tactile. So you got to touch us, you have to penetrate our thought processes in order to get us where you already are just by looking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, though, I guess it takes an understanding on the part of the woman,
Mm-hmm.
but it also take a understanding on the part of the man. I think most men, especially Bahamian men, and I've heard it said, oh, y'all can't satisfy, because women are constantly craving the affection and the attention of their mate. Once they get that, sex is not an object.
That
So because
you,
she's always in that heightened and ready state,
but in real
and
life,
then
but in real
no,
life, that's not true.
in
That's not
real,
true.
what you mean in real life it ain't no true?
Let me ask you a question. Obviously, how much times do you think a woman make love in the marriage in the weekend?
That depends on how satisfied she is with her partner.
Okay, what will make a woman satisfied by a partner? Let's go down this road. I
What
can
makes
figure
a
this out right
woman
now.
satisfied is respect, patience, small tokens of appreciation, words of encouragement, the very things that men need, women need.
Okay,
Women give it
okay.
more readily than men do.
Let's
Men slack off.
let's talk about the ghetto then.
They only give it.
How,
Talk
how
about the ghetto.
yeah, in the
The
ghetto.
ghetto, in the ghetto, that what you're talking about in the ghetto,
Mhm.
it
It's
could
different.
happen in the city too, as long as there is courtship and there is free thinking and no commitment. But when commitment comes, for some reason, men forget what it is to pull their woman into them. Oh, you done my wife now. I don't have to work to get you no more. But when you were courting me, you pursued me. I remember telling one of my brothers one time, I said, if she fat, you could tell the scent because that's how up underneath her you is. But after now the children come along and you start looking outside. So there's a problem with everything about the woman, and the woman don't like to be put down, because once you put her down and you hurt her, you gonna have to work doubly hard to get her back to the level that she was when you did all that work to get her where you. Smart men learn their woman, know what it is that keeps her happy, and that is why they don't have any problem with
So all
sex.
these smart man, why they outside?
No,
Creating.
smart men ain't out.
Why you think smart
Smart
man is
men
out?
are not.
Why you
They
think
are
out?
there with their wife and they're having their sex on time and in every
Which world?
which way
What?
they
Let me ask you a
desire to
question.
have it.
If we get 100 men and we ask the question,
That's because
hold on.
all 100 of them are doing the same thing wrong.
No,
But
no,
those that are
but
doing it
why
right,
they?
it's so few.
But why they
But
doing it
that's
wrong?
how
But
good
why
things
they are
are.
doing it wrong? See, you're missing the point.
Because one of two things. Either they following the crowd of naysayers who say, who, me? I ain't got time for it. I could get that out there for free. I could get it better. I could get it on time. I could get it younger. And the list goes on. Women, on the other hand, are also being negatively influenced by peers saying, child, who have time for him? I see one young boy, I know he could lay it on me better than she and than he any day. I could always get just how he could get woman, I could get man. The attitude that people bring to relationship
Listen to me. I stand here and tell you that men in this world today,
in this Bahama land.
no, around the world,
I don't.
strain themselves
Uh-huh.
and try to keep themselves
Mm-hmm.
sticking with one woman. They try.
Okay. They try.
They do their best to try. And they do it. But here's the problem. Sex is an emotional thing for a man.
And for a woman,
And
more so for women than
and
men.
in a long time, in a long time relationship, man wants his sex in a long time relationship. That's where he
So
get it less.
and so what then? What does the man do differently in the long term relationship than what he was doing when it was just in the beginning phase of the relationship? That's the
If
key.
I were doing the same thing, same way at the beginning.
As you
Oh wait,
continue to
and
do,
I continue to do.
uh-huh.
So why is it you see? You just say this with your own mouth. You said this. You changed because this you got to do and that you got to do and that you got to do.
No,
But
I ain't say nothing
you
about that.
said that. You
No,
said,
no, no,
baby,
no.
come along. So you have to like change some things because this.
Yeah, but then when the
But hold
baby
on.
come along, me and you make the baby. So just how I have to change some things. If you want things to remain the same, then you have to help me, and we work together. So now the baby now is an additional shared project or task that will even pull us even closer, because when we play together with that baby, we also send in a message to our baby, look how mommy and daddy is so loving towards each other. Children don't even see that in the home.
Listen,
They don't see it in the home.
man want their sex. They want it now. They won't want no excuse. They don't want no complaint. They don't want. They want sex. So hold on.
But at the
So
same time,
whatever it is you got a problem with, or whatever you got to do, if you want change, you better find a way to
ladies,
give this man what he wants,
let me
or else he can go find it.
so let me say this to the
Say
women
it to the
out
woman.
there who have a new relationship.
Mhm.
Don't go have no baby, because the baby can be your responsibility. And in addition to that, the man gonna want his life to continue the way it was before the baby reach. Now, if he asks you for a baby, then you need to sign a contractual agreement that he will share
Mm.
in, not financial, But in the diaper change, in the storytelling, in the homework, list the items because men don't see these things.
But
As far as they concerned, I personally will say most men get jealous of the attention that you're now giving to this dependent child rather than come along and help and say, okay, you deal with the baby, I can fix the dinner.
yeah, but see, what are you see? Okay, what are you doing? You are picking an area.
Of
What I
the
am doing,
entire
right?
life
But what
because
I'm
sex
trying to,
is a part of the whole system.
what
It's
I'm,
not isolated. So
what
don't isolate it.
I am not isolating sex neither. The man is complaining. They complain to me, bunch of them,
And did you ask
and
them?
sometimes I complain.
Did
So
you
what I'm
ask?
saying to
Did
you,
you ask them
yes,
what role do they play to lighten the load on the woman so that the woman will be available to them?
it don't matter the role.
Because
See,
they don't play none.
but it don't matter. See, let me tell you.
It matters a lot
Hold on.
because at
If
the end
you
of the day, you're
hold on,
reducing that woman to a slave.
hold on. No,
And
if
you
you
expect a slave to do
no,
slaves to get raped.
if
They don't have sex.
if
They
you
be raped.
that's not true. If you tell me,
You telling me
hold on,
slaves don't get raped?
if you telling me that, yeah, give me $1,500 a week and go drink and run with your friends, right? I can handle the house, I can this and that, I can do that. You don't tell me this. So now I do that. So I expect,
Oh, so
hold on,
you're saying that the woman actually give you the permission, give me the money, and you go to your friends.
and when you come back,
Mm-hmm.
I'm yours because I can cook, clean, keep his get out. This is what they sell the story.
Wow.
But this is the story woman said. It mightn't go like that. Let
Really?
me tell you what women do.
Let's hear.
When you home in the house
Mm-hmm.
and they say, man, go because you getting in the way. So now you go and you hang out with your friend. Because when she met
Oh,
you,
women,
because
what
when
was
she met
wrong
you,
with
she met you
y'all?
in the bar. She met you going. So now she comes along and she gonna change this whole program you got going. So you done get me in certain way that this is what is mine. This is how I get it. This I get it. I ain't into all of that story no more because this is what I expect when they come home. This is mine. This is get. Now you come telling me that, oh, you find 3 millions excuse. I got curls, I put curls in my hair, and I go get my nail done. I gotta do this. I just get my facial, and I can't kiss you because I just put lipstick on. All kind of crap. See,
Wonder where
money into
all
that.
the ladies are today.
Money into that
Ladies,
foolishness.
y'all need to give Tony some broader examples
Mhm.
because
And then
I've heard this particular
and
example
send and
and
sex
I think that
should be
is in
expressive.
the
Sex
minority.
should not be just into the bedroom.
I agree. I agree. And
Sex
that's
should be, see, you want to give me a disservice, but you want everything.
and it can't work like that, right?
No, no. So if you want me to help you with everything, give me what I want.
Right back to it. The horse before the
No,
cart before the horse.
no, it's a partnership. If you want me to clean the dishes and you want me to do this, you want me to do it, but you give me your see, because when you take the very thing that I think is important to me, you playing with me, my emotion.
You
You're
want
playing with
me
me. I mean the message.
I visualize in a home. But sadly, not enough people that are in relationships are in relationships to build each other up. Most people are in relationship for what they get out of it. But if it is a true partnership, all these things that we're talking about will never be an issue.
See, when we talking about marriage and sex and marriage now. We ain't talking about just sex and relationship. We talking about marriage and sex. But I and we talking about a relationship. We talking about good relationship. But you see, let me tell you what happens. And the reason I say it like that, give the man sex. And the reason I say I speaking like this is because
Hmm.
this. When you stop doing this, you create a lot of problem in your relationship. What you create is this. Some of the things you express. It's a problem where the one partner started to believe and they get emotional stress. And emotional stress could come out insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
Now they start thinking that, oh, you fooling somebody else. All these stupid things step in. See, what you dig in is a grave for your relationship. And you have to, the overall dysfunction of in this relationship,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes a problem. And then the partner becomes to start looking out because now he's saying, well, you ain't checking for me. And I'm not having, I become stressed because you could imagine this. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. So you can imagine this. You can imagine me and you married. And then all of a sudden I cut off sex from you. Think about this. Or gradually I just start giving you once a week. From 3 times a week to once a week. You know what you can say? You can start thinking something wrong here.
Well,
This is what you're going to do. You can start wondering what happened or what's going on. And if I continue doing that to you, you're going to start it to be emotionally stressed. Now, because you're going to, I have to check on this. I ain't good enough. I too fat now. You start all this. You start second guessing yourself and questioning yourself. See, this is serious. And woman has to understand when man asks for sex and he doesn't get it. Somebody's question. So when a man asks for sex and he doesn't get it, then he start getting distressful on his, and then he's gonna start it to shy away from you now, because when he get tired in his mind, he's gonna block you out now. And once he start blocking you out, the next step is somebody else can be busy. Men don't operate like women, and woman has to understand that men don't operate like them. Now go ahead and say what you gotta say.
women do understand that. Um, Welcome, Denise Winder McPhee. Denise says that there must be balance in the marriage. A man must make a woman feel secure and have peace of mind. Sex then becomes easy and more readily available for both partners. Some women want sex more than men. That's Miss Winder.
Yeah, some women might want sex more than men. And that's the same issue that I'm having right now, Denise. Because you have a fella who not sexually active as you. That's an issue. It see, and I bringing this up because we having all this scheming going on all over the place. People hate to admit this, you know. When you bring this up to a woman, and they, hey, y'all man, you beating woman. That's all they say. They never face the fact. See, and we got to start talking on. See, we in the relationships where you have the woman complaining about sex. Women don't rarely complain about sex. You know what women do? Women sneak around quietly and get it on the outside. It's the man who complain because women don't play. Women don't have that time. But what we need to do in the in relationship,
So imagine, just imagine a woman having to sneak out to another person to have sex. The question
it
is,
happens all the time.
what is it that the man on the outside is offering her that the man on the inside is not offering? What?
He picks the moment to talk. The man on the outside,
He
he
pick what?
he picked the moment to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Let me explain that. The man on the outside, he now know you come because you trouble with something.
Mm-hmm.
Something is going on in your mind. You married, he doesn't know this. So he knows something's going on. It ain't enough finance. Um, you all had enough for one another. It's boring. Um, um, You fall out of love. It's some reason you need some more happiness. It's something. He realized, okay, if you say yes to me, there's something. So he can pick his moment to say words that he know you listen and you need to hear. He can pick that
True.
moment.
True.
The man inside, he's gonna row. He can pick no moment. He, blah, 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 blah. You ain't give me sex, blah, 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 right? He rowing. And he's cussing because he's so frustrated. He lost all his tact and way to communicate. So the man on the outside can pick his moment, and the man outside can pick his time to listen. He's gonna listen. The man inside he ain't gonna listen because, and the reason he ain't gonna listen is because I didn't tell you this time 15 million times. Why should I listen to you? I don't hear you. So the relationship is not a relationship anymore. It is me and you used to one another. We live in one another. We just what do you call it? We just going along with emotions and we just going along. See, but the man's gonna pick. He can have a listen ear. When you say, but my husband do this, he can listen to that. He's storing that. He putting that in the storehouse. You got something to say? Go ahead.
Sophie wants to know the same thing that's been rolling over in my head. So, why the man on the inside can't say the words that the woman needs to hear?
Because the woman on the inside is not listening. He has beaten her every day. Listen what he says. Honey, I need more sex. Honey, I need more sex. He said that every time is time when he feel like he need the sex.
Like I say, the light switch. I
Yeah.
need more sex.
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
more sex.
But
But what are
I'm gonna get to
you
that.
doing?
And so what
You
happened?
need more sex.
Hold
You
on,
don't think the
hold-
woman needs
hold
sex
on,
because she going
hold on.
outside, so she need it too.
No, but hold on. And so now when I decided that something is wrong, you're not giving me this. Where I think men go wrong, men start fighting it. Fighting it not just with words. Stop doing cleaning the dishes.
Never was cleaning the dishes.
Stop talking to you. Get mad. Be short. Have argument all the time. And that's what the man do. But here what the woman do. The woman goes silent. Because now she on the outside. Well, I ain't gonna understand you stupid fool.
She getting that satisfaction.
Yeah. But here's the problem. It has satisfaction on the outside. It's only fulfilling moments.
But guess what Denise Winder
What
says?
did Divine say?
The outside man listens, right? Gives you that emotional security because for the mature woman, it's not really about the finance.
True,
So,
true. But we don't see the problem when relationships start going wild and going crazy.
mhm.
Nobody's honest with nobody no more. Honesty going out the window.
But I want to
Go back.
reel back
Reel back.
to something what you said. You spoke about frustration. The man becomes frustrated, and I don't understand how the man get to literally say, "I need you to give me more sex." If one thing
Man survive
I
on sex.
envision,
Man survive on sex.
one thing I
Man don't
envision
man
is
don't
that men do not like rejection. So when the woman says, "I'm tired," he takes that as rejection. So I don't know. If the woman makes that effort to say, "Give me a few hours rest and wake me up." Or guess what? When two people are connected, ain't nobody got to wake up the next one. It's like you wake up, I wake up because our vibrations are just flowing between each other in that bed as we rest. And so I turn over, you turn over, and the passion begins.
you want
You see, the passion in the relationship is gone. When the passion is gone, you gotta ask for sex. When passion is in a relationship, there is no asking, there is only action.
well, where the passion gone, you think? How the passion gone? Who killed the passion?
Denise Winder say relationships don't go to that point. It don't get to that point overnight. Men can go without sex if they have to. What do they do when women are pregnant?
Well, what do we do when women are pregnant? Time you get pregnant, what they most do is have another woman. Have another woman. Those times you get pregnant, sorry, folks, we had a little internet breakdown, and sorry, folks, so we back again. Yeah, and so what I'm saying to you, it is simple. This is simple. Give the man the sex. Let's enjoy each other. Let's do. See all these little things that trouble you all in your head. Don't have to be all these little emotional things. Oh, you don't do this. I didn't do it. See, sex is not for what I do to you and you give it. Don't you. Sex should be because you love me and you care about my well-being.
Exactly.
Sex shouldn't be about
And
because you didn't wash. Hold on, because you didn't wash the dishes, or you didn't bring me this car, or you didn't cook me, or it shouldn't be. It should be a natural occurrence. And I think, and I go on a limb and say this, I think this is where we having most of these men step out so much because little things irritate women, and women hold it. Some things you just gotta let go, and give these men their sex and
you
let
know the thing
go
about
on.
letting go,
Yeah.
you make it seems as if women are tyrants and they just Joan of Arc whip and always trying to keep men in order. But you said it. When you love someone, it's the little things that
Mhm.
matters most to a woman.
Mhm.
And if you see me struggling, you say, honey, um, let me take over this and you do something else. Or what I could do to help you, I could see you becoming a little, but y'all don't even tap in to when the woman is
Because
in
you all
turbulence.
because you all create this.
No,
Yes,
no,
yes, you all create.
no. Women create a environment, a homely environment where she created by making herself your servant rather than allowing you to share in the meal. Because guess what? When I come home, I meet a man. If I know he could cook, why should I have to be the one cooking every day? Why should, if a man loves a woman, he is going to step up to the plate. She doesn't even have to ask him to do things because guess what? He know that he is preparing her and having her without the excuse of tiredness or headache or anything because he is carrying some of the responsibilities. There are certain things that can be left, but there are certain things that must be done, especially when children come into the picture.
Let me say something, and I hope the women on this chat are listening. When see, woman has to understand that when you say you love a woman becomes a part of you, no doubt. That's how man operate. And when men,
But the woman becomes a part of you up here,
right, but
but not in your.
you going where you're going, and you said it before me, but a man, he see the physical side of you. Woman see all this emotion, all this stuff, and all that going on, yeah. But when a man see, so when it's pain, it's actually painful. But when a man see that physical woman that he cherish and love and have this passion for, walks across the floor, almost he can't think straight anymore. And for you now to come and say, brother, this scene you can't touch this, you can't. Mentally, that throw him in a whole spin. See, it is about when you tap into a man psyche.
Mm.
He is not built like a woman who could pass a man. If he pull his things out, a woman could pass him and go in the bathroom and bathe and do, a man not wired like that. And when a woman think that she could do this all the time and beat a man, it's very, very difficult for a man.
But Tony,
Go on.
women don't do those things deliberately
I ain't say you
to
do.
a man,
No, I ain't say deliberately. I said when she ever do that,
Yeah,
he see his shining armor.
right.
But she doing it
So
deliberately.
what I'm saying is that women love sex, and women don't. You think women
If I did.
don't respond the same way when they see the physique of their
No,
man, or when they see a man penis?
yours act different.
We may act different, but
Why?
the mental processes is
Why?
still, because we have to remain focused.
So I ain't focused.
No.
What you mean? This will after I didn't love you, after then I didn't love you and kiss you and hug you. I going back to my focus. That's what you mean. I mean focus. I can always be focused.
Okay.
And let me say this to y'all
But guess what?
before
But
Mel, let me
guess
take
what?
this from a different level. Most times, if you're smart as a woman, the man don't really want the physical intercourse, He wants the physical hug, touch, hold, and his heart fulfilled. Too much time, the brassiness of y'all and the boldness of y'all push. See, let me tell you what y'all say. What that word is used, but when you force in a woman, they say don't. Um, oh God,
Harass?
no, it's another word. Um, anyway, it's a word that women say y'all. Anyway, when woman tell you say, I don't want you to touch me like that. When you trying to figure, well, hold on now. I tried to touch you gentle,
Mm-hmm.
but because the fact that you move away, I stretch over and grab you.
Oh, so you're a little aggressive and rough.
Yeah, and so the whole idea is not really the physical sex itself; it is the whole hugging and holding.
So then you gotta try a little tenderness.
But you could try as Moses. Women are just, and men complain about this every day.
Tony, I am so
Every day.
sorry.
I didn't care how sorry
I
he
am
is.
so sorry that you've had such a bad experience, but I
I
am
ain't a
sure
bad
that
experience.
there are men
I
out
ain't a bad
there
experience.
who are on top of the world, because guess what? They have learned the rhythm, and the rhythm is established between them and their partner. So, like I used to say, call and respond,
Yeah,
give
call and
and
answer.
take,
Mhm,
call and answer, right?
mhm.
It is
Eh,
about establishing and maintaining the rhythm,
But for me,
because when you do that, you won't have no problems.
for me, the woman I been around,
Mm-hmm.
and I never had this kind of problem. But guys
Okay.
have this problem over and over. They come complain with me. I don't have. I must be one person in my lifetime had this problem with, but I have never had this problem. Listen,
Well,
the woman
well,
that I've been with,
well.
hold on, I can share this. The woman that I've been with,
Mm-hmm.
they get ready for me. They set the tables and they don't play and they don't. I never had none. But one of the whole
Lucky
crew,
bugger.
I had none who talk no fool. They know better.
But guess what?
Because I will be unstable then.
So it means then that you are an emotionally intelligent male.
Well, I gotta be. Because when you see woman acting the fool,
Mm-hmm.
you have to stop and find out why,
Mm-hmm. Listen,
what
man.
caused this.
Listen, man.
There's so many things. Um, there's no communication. There's a lack of
Mm-hmm.
communication.
Mm-hmm.
Most times, the woman herself is a problem. So you have to establish that early,
Okay.
and you realize this woman gonna give you problems down the road because she's not wired the way you wired,
Okay. So the
and
compatibility
it's not
factor.
there. But if you have a woman who has some little issues,
Mm-hmm.
you work on the change of those issues.
Okay. Because you are gonna have off days. Not
Yeah.
only women have off days, men have off days as well. So it is again being in sync with
Mm.
your partner, knowing the call and what?
But
What's it
it's
called? Call and
but
answer?
but you see why all these men are going out and having and getting
Impatience.
sex. It's because sometimes the sex at home is so bad you won't believe it. And then the woman wouldn't try to improve it. Just like man, we talking about woman and man now. Just like men, sex may be bad. They wouldn't go
The
try to
sex
improve it.
at home is so bad.
Most time it's boring.
And
Because this is what we're talking about, because they don't want to explore. See, in probably one of the partners, man or
mm-hmm,
woman, have this deep sexual uh want to explore.
mm-hmm.
And if I marry you and you don't want to explore, that's a problem.
That's true. It could be a
A problem.
problem.
But I begging you every day. I'll use some example. I want to make love in the kitchen sink.
Mm.
Every time I ask you, you got a story. You even opening up
Some
to
people don't
try
even
it.
have no stories. Some people just say, "Oh, that's nasty. The
Yeah,
bedroom is for
but
that,
but
not the kitchen. The kitchen is for cooking."
but because
They're closed-minded.
it is the and this is the worst thing in a relationship is to have a woman or a man who like to say no before they even
Try something
you
new.
even
Not
try it.
open to
Not open to
experimentation.
nothing. They just
Mm.
no. Yeah, everything no. And too many women are wired like this. Too many. And you know what I find out?
But you know
I
what?
got a story. I got a story for you when you
Mm-hmm.
finish. I got something to tell you when you finish.
Go ahead.
You know what I find out recently?
Mm-hmm.
Having a chat with 5 girls
Mm-hmm.
at the radio station. You know what I find out? That women, most women, really willing
Mm-hmm.
and ready to explore.
Most which age women?
Women in the, I don't know, I guess I was talking to these women was a 30 something, 32, 33.
Okay. All right.
And they surprised me. You know what they said?
Mm-hmm.
They said, just I guess, you are the fool. They was talking about men.
Mm-hmm.
You are the fool. He said, if you ask a woman to do something, she can say
Mm-hmm.
no. And I try to find them this. Why would she say no? And she said, because women expect men to be the leader.
Okay.
And so I say, but what this has to do if I ask you, cousin, you saying no, if I ask you to go have sex on the kitchens and you telling me no, how are I supposed to be the leader? She
So
said, no, you take
maybe go
you
ahead.
go,
Go.
you know, you
No,
go.
because I was gonna say y'all do too much talking. Why all the talking? Why just simply not create the atmosphere or take advantage of moments of opportunity? You all are the ones who set in your way that, oh, I have to tell you first and then you. No, how about showing me? How about creating the atmosphere for romance or creating the atmosphere for experimentation? How many men go out and bring something home and say to their wife, take them by the hand if they're in the kitchen and lead them and say, come, let me show you something.
And how many wives are ready to go, willing to go? Be honest.
You wouldn't know until you try.
No.
You
Answer.
wouldn't know until you try.
No, but but if I'm telling you something, but what if we try? What if the person done
Now,
try?
if you already tried and you failed, then
Mm.
you try again. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again.
So
That's where this the story go.
that's
That's
a
how the
beautiful
story go.
story, a beautiful story.
Hmm.
That's all that is.
And then
But
I'm say,
mm,
persevere, Miss Denise. Winder
persevere.
McPhee says no. She says spontaneity is the key. You got to be spontaneous.
J- You know what? You know what? You know what?
Too much
Woman
talking.
talk.
Too much
Woman
talking.
talks a good deal.
Sometimes y'all take a woman nerve.
Oh Jesus.
Women don't want to talk sex, just like how you said.
Yeah, and women don't
Women
talk
want
sex.
to be sexed, and they expect the man to take the lead.
Listen, there's a thing where most men now want to have threesome. That's their new thing.
That ain't new, but
I mean,
anyhow.
okay, good, Melanie. We never talk about it. That's a taboo subject.
Mm.
But
But you see, I must give it to you. In the Bahamas, Christian women. You remember we were talking about anal sex one time,
yeah,
and the responses was that it's dirty, it's nasty,
yeah.
it's not, the anus was not intended. But when you talk about sexual creativity, virtually any part of the body could be stimulated sexually. Any part of the body, as long as there are nerve endings.
Right.
But we are so locked in a cocoon of right and wrong
There you go.
that virtually everything is wrong and only one thing is right.
One thing.
So the opportunity for spontaneity, the opportunity for experimentation is unwelcomed in some quote unquote Christian marriages.
Yeah, because I can say this. You can imagine me coming home to my wife and say, "Well, I want to try anal sex." You know what they can say? You gay.
But you hear what you say?
Check that.
You coming home to her and you can tell her you want to try it.
Yeah.
Listen, certain things you have to slowly
No.
introduce.
Hold on.
But how you say it?
I just say it to you. It will come all across. Oh, something wrong. He gay, or he this, or he that. But hold on. Let me.
Because of all the things that are out there in social media and the norms of the society and the conversations that carry on. You know how many people would have experimented with their married partner? Now I'm talking about single people, but marriages. But
I don't believe so. I believe married partner boring.
No,
I don't think they even experiment.
But
I think more people who
because
love one another experiment.
of the close mindedness of people, when the conversation is going on, they get real busy and excuse themselves somehow because they realize this conversation going on this part. And if you dare tell people, just like you say, you will be judged, you will be ostracized, you will be talked about. So there are some things, you got to know who is ready for what it is you are about to say, and better know for sure.
Let me say this. But let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. And I can say this to my folks out there my Christian folks. Let me say this to you. Before you become Christian, you was with me, right? Me and you was friends, right? Before
Keep talking.
Okay. Secondly, this is my skin, right? Yours may be different color, but this is my skin. This skin, we all got skin. We're all blood run through our veins, and we all blood. The only difference is you speaking the word, and I ain't.
Speaking which word?
The Christianity talk at the pulpit.
Or you could be speaking it, and I could be living it.
That's what I'm going to. So the only difference is you speaking it, I live in it.
Okay.
So, what make them more holy, or them more holy than anybody else?
You know what the real question is? Why or what gives you the authority over me and my choices and my preferences?
What give you the authority over this? Because
To
I become
judge
a
me, to
because I
judge
went
me.
no because I went to school and the colonial system has brainwashed me to say what they want me to say now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I believe I have the authority to bully you to believe in what I believe. And only my what I believe is not right. And what you believe is not right.
Okay.
So if I believe in King James Version
Mm-hmm.
and you believe in the New Life Version, me and you,
On two
we ain't,
different paths.
yeah, we
But
ain't
but
Christian.
but but if we bring it back now into the sexual
Yeah, I going back there.
context, right? In terms of, we talk about anal, we talk about oral, you talk about masturbation,
Mm.
all the different variations of sexual pleasures and gratifications. Um,
But sex is
there
beautiful.
is a, you see that it is so chopped up, right? And some people are of the opinion that it is this way and this way only. And if you do any other way, it's an abomination, it's a sin, you go into hell. Even if it in your marriage, you go into hell. So how do we address these things? You're talking now about getting sex on a regular, in the normal accepted way.
Mhm.
Imagine now moving into some experimentation and non conventional ways. That's why sex in marriages and why partners, men and women, are going out, because communication,
Yeah, they going out.
acceptance,
Mhm.
fear of rejection or condemnation. And I said it last week and I'll say it again. A lot of women contain their sexual expressiveness even in marriage because the man has such a horrible mindset that if she begins to express, and that's why women wait for men to take the lead, because if she was to express herself, first thing the man gonna say, where you get that from? I never do that with you. Where you get it from?
That's old school.
Ha ha ha
That's old
ha.
school.
Okay,
But
old
but but
school.
let before I close today,
Mm.
this show was based on helping married people to wake up. It ain't about beating women. It ain't about saying you don't clean the dishes, da da da. Man, no help. That's not what it's all about.
But it is
This is what this is all about. Is that woman? If you don't give this man the sex, they're going to get it.
and
And
it
if
is
you,
also about man. If you don't tap into the emotion of your partner, she's gonna go get it
yes,
somewhere else.
it's both ends of the floor. I was getting there. It's both ends of the floor. I'm not talking about one end. And if man, if you don't wake up, woman want to step out and do it to you. See, and it's time that we sit down and talk about sex. See, I don't want no woman or no man believe they could hold these relationship hostage because they pull back sex. Oh, woman famous, I ain't got no car, you ain't getting, I ain't cook, you ain't cook, you ain't getting. See, sex never should be used as a tool. Never. And too many people use it as a tool.
Use it as a toy.
Yeah. And they use it to get even. See, I believe you give these men, there goes again, what they want, you get plenty.
And likewise, if you
And
give the woman what you
and
want, what she wants.
woman want plenty. Woman want plenty.
Oh yeah,
Woman
she
wants
does.
woman wants your whole life.
She want plenty
She
stroking.
wants your bank
She
book.
want her emotions
No,
stroked. Y'all want y'all
no.
ego stroked. The woman want her emotions stroked.
Woman,
And Sophie said, you must stop. You switch to beating up on old school now. Stop beating old school. Old school is not wrong school.
Sophie, let me talk to you, Sophie. Sophie, let me tell you something. Old school has its place, but old school played
Never
out.
done. Never done.
Old school played out. Listen to me.
Never done.
This is a new era. millenniums and
And
what?
you know what? It's the new era that is having all these problems.
No sir,
If
no sir.
back in the day, the old woman used to do what? Put up and shut up. So whatever the man says, she do.
She putting up a shop still. Old woman still she putting up a shop.
Yeah, and the young woman is
They
the
ain't putting up.
one who's
They ain't
saying if
putting
you
up.
don't do this, you don't do that. So get in the
Old
old
woman,
school.
old
Get
woman.
in
Go,
the old
you see,
school.
you see the show with Dexter Dobb the other day.
What
The
happened?
girl say that was an interesting story. She say I wanted to get up on that stage because I wanted to meet him, and she said she did. I put my phone number in his back pants pocket,
Oh,
and you know why she did it?
why?
Because she wanted.
A little closer.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
she telling you what she
She did a
want.
public
She
demonstration and now
telling
she
you
want a private.
she telling you how smart she is. She wind up on him. See, man fool.
Oh,
Watch this now.
okay.
I bring some show you something.
Mm-hmm.
Now you thinking physical, you thinking rubbing up on this gal, you thinking
Mm-hmm.
good, you thinking good.
Mm-hmm.
She slipping
Her number.
her number in your pocket.
You
You even
want
know when they
more?
going there though.
Okay.
You ain't know when they going there. Because
Okay.
you're so focused on what in front of you.
Distraction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells me man fool.
Yes. Man, do they say? Man
Plenty
smart,
fool.
woman smarter.
And so that teach me two things.
Which is
When a woman make up her mind to do something,
she can do it.
only God could help her.
And guess what?
And so the woman ain't fool.
And
And they
so
playing fool.
no, they ain't
And that's
playing
the
fool.
problem.
The thing about women not
They
being
playing
fool
fool.
is that if they don't play their card right, you all will use them for a fool.
No. No, no, no.
Yes.
Sex
Women,
Sex
women,
is a
women
normal
are not.
occurrence. Sex is
It
normal.
is. It
So
is.
sex don't need to be in no basket.
And it never is in a basket as long as you,
See,
the man,
see.
as long as you, the man, continue to do
So
what you
why?
did to get her. Because you see, men just do certain things to get women, and when they done get her,
But
then
why
now they expect her to
6
take
weeks?
the lead.
Why you? I meet you. Why it take you so long to give me sex?
Because I
Why?
am trying to figure out what you all about.
No, because in your head,
I give you sex and the sex ain't good. Listen, I had a conversation, real talk, just this week. And one of the fears of the individual in going into a relationship was if I give this man my body and he don't um enjoy it, he could make a U-turn and go find somebody else to test and test and test. I remember personally at the age of 18 coming out of high school, this church fella come to me and say he looking for a wife, but he have to test the product first and
he's
then he'll
smart man.
decide
Smart
which
man.
woman he'll marry. That's how y'all go.
Yeah.
The new school mentality of everything goes for sex and nothing is off limits will end up with old men having sex with young children. Not everything goes for sex. It's okay if a person does not want to do what the other person wants.
Listen, it don't tell me if you dating somebody and you decided you want sex from this person. It don't take you 2 weeks because you might really don't like this person. This is might be a trial, like you say. If I want to test the product, let's see if it right
But
anyway.
guess what? But guess what? You see, for men, it's about sex. For most women, it's about the ability to provide the security that I need. Denise Winder said, I think it all boils down to this dispensation that we're in. Social media plays a vital part. Women will always be smarter than men.
I agree with you. Women are smarter. Remember, men play more games than women.
Yeah, men do play a lot
And
of games.
man win a lot of games.
And you see,
But man lose a lot.
and that is why in relationships, women use sex as a bargaining chip because that's what gets the man attention. Anything outside of that, you be good to this man, you wait on him hand and foot, and you have the breakfast, the lunch, the dinner, and you have the sex open and available, and he still go out there and he let you down big time.
You don't think
That's
it's
why a lot of women
you
do
you don't
what they do
you don't think
today
it's a problem why he
in
going?
making
You
sex
think
the
he just feel
bargaining
like he
chip.
should go there? You think it's he just feel like going out there? You don't think it's a reason why he go out there?
Hmm.
You know why?
Why?
Because he find out there's something about you he didn't like, and he ain't like y'all. Y'all try to fix it. Man ain't gonna
Okay.
try to fix it.
So why don't you do this then? If you ain't gonna try to fix it, so why not chaos? Excuse my expression. Why not
I get
just
very
go? Why
telling
not just go? Why come for
oh,
all the other good things
well,
that
I
I
run
could
you hot.
give you, but you the sex ain't no good, so you go out there. Go for everything else out there too.
No. I marry you, so y'all always want to fix something, so I can stay here and try to fix this. That's what I can do. You know, I can go while you get. No, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't getting nowhere.
Sophie say, exactly. Carry your ass.
Sophie, you didn't. Sophie, Sophie, Sophie.
Oh
That's what
gosh.
you say.
But it is so unfair. Women only want what you gave her and sold her and made her believe that you was this gentleman of the first order. But once you now have me as your queen, you now want to treat me as your maid. I get reduced from queen status to maid. I enjoy cooking for you. I enjoy keeping our home. I enjoy having your babies, but I want you to show me that all these things add up to affection, to attention,
Hold
to
on,
small,
hold on. Let me
regular.
get Denise and Sophie. Hold on. Listen to this. I could cook. I could clean. I need you to do them things. Only thing I need you to do is open it, be like, give my sex and roll out. If that's how your attitude you can get, I could have, I could have, I could bring in a maid. I could bring in a cook. So what other
So
than
do that then, and guess what? If you bring in a maid and you bring in a cook, then I now am liberated to be ready for you whenever you want.
but that's probably happening now. And I still ain't getting it. Go on, sorry. Go on.
Beryl said men cannot handle
Hey Beryl,
loyalty and commitment.
why should we see you gotta understand. If I can be loyal to
Y'all
you, you
get
gotta be loyal
scared.
to me.
It's
No,
too good to be
no,
true.
no, 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 no.
It's too good to be true because
See,
y'all used to bad treatment, bad treatment.
good woman is easy to find.
Yeah, but hard to keep.
No,
Hard to keep.
good women don't keep themselves.
Men don't keep them.
No, we can't because good women usually come with a baggage, and the baggage is this: they know more than you, they smarter than you, they will tell you what to do, they will be in charge. See, good women come with all this. Don't try that, eh?
You got to make up your mind what you want.
I don't make up my mind what I want. I just tell you. The good woman always come thinking that they too good to be in this package.
But guess what?
But they don't understand. In
That's the reason
relationship,
why.
it
No,
goes
no, no,
left,
no,
right.
no.
It
But
goes
you
up and down.
asked the question
Go ahead.
why the woman take so long, 6 weeks before
Mm-hmm.
they allow the man
But you
to
can come
get
good. You ain't
close,
got to come
right?
6 weeks. I didn't know you good. So why you got to do
How you
six
gonna
weeks?
know?
I didn't already know you.
Oh, okay. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, it's 1:18.
Yeah, say what you answer them.
Beryl say, I can't handle good treatment. Sophie just say, tell you. And
Beryl,
then,
Beryl and Sophie, we get close. But listen to me good. Y'all good woman, come with your baggage. Y'all thinking y'all good. So what y'all do, y'all come with a set pattern. I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, and I ain't doing this. Tell he do this.
that's new school though.
That's foolishness. You come here, we be equal, we work together to accomplish a good goal of a great marriage or good relationship. That's the way we work. Don't tell me you good. Show me you good. I say good to that, and
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have exhausted the sex, and no more sex
just get a man his sex.
conversation.
Stop all this nonsense. This man don't need to be dragging the bush for this and that and this. Just you marry him, you made a commitment, give the man the sex,
Yes.
and he will then give you whatever you want.
And men, just continue whatever it was that you started to get the woman, continue to do it, and you will never have a problem a day in your relationship. Whatever you did together, don't stop doing it.
Beryl, I like good treatment. And halala,
LOL.
LOLA.
She laughing.
So, Beryl,
Okay.
y'all enjoy the weekend.
Happy Father's Day
Happy
again. to
Happy Father's
all.
Day.
So make sure, ladies, you show the men some love this weekend. Love,
So true.
love.
Yeah.
All love.
Yes, Beryl. And you have a good day. Be gonna love and you'll love the man. I'm a good father. Ain't nobody need to tell me this. I know it. I'm a good father. I don't need 1 day celebration. I need 365 days of good respect, love. That's it. And so tomorrow is for them fathers who catching up. All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Beryl. And so I don't need that. Anyway, you all have a good day.
Enjoy.
Sophie, do well.
Yes, good to have
Denise,
shared this
good to
time
hear
with
from
you
you.
all.
And Beryl, love you. Send love all to y'all. And y'all go take care of those men tomorrow.
Oh, I also must say that for some reason, some persons make comments that aren't captured on the live feed. So if you are watching and you are not a follower of the page, I recommend that you follow the Under the Tree chat on Facebook so that your comments will come through to us and we will be able to answer them. I have seen some comments after
After the
the show is over when we go back to Facebook, but we're streaming through StreamYard and trying to expand our captive audience. So be sure to like us on Facebook, or you can catch us on YouTube or Twitter. The clips are there as well, but try as much as possible so that we can get you in real time as you are getting us and making your comments. We don't want you to feel left out or ignored as we have our discussions. Thanks again. Enjoy your week. See you again next week. Same time, same
place.
station.
Under the tree. That's where we meet.